This podcast is brought to you by our friends at Minerva Beauty. Check out minervabeauty.com and see their huge selection of chairs, stations, anything you could possibly want for your salon is on minervabeauty.com. Also, check out Millennium Systems International at millenniumsi.com, the best salon software in the industry starting at $49 per month. If you're looking to better your online reputation, check out demandforce.com/free salon education. Fill out the form. Somebody will reach out to you, show you how to better communicate with your guests and how you can build lots and lots of great reviews online for your salon business. Hey guys, this is Matt Beck from freesaloneducation.com. Two of Splitting Hairs live. So, those of you that are watching, thank you. Good morning to you. Follow us on hairbrain.me, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all at Free Salon Education. Also, subscribe to us right here on YouTube and join our community, which for some reason, like, a lot of people joined yesterday. It was like out of nowhere. So I don't know if they were bored. I don't know what happened. It was a Christmas miracle. But thank you guys, everybody that joined our community. I think we're almost 1,000 strong on the community, which is great. It's only been a couple months. So go on the community, share your videos, photos, all of that. We're going to kind of push through all of this because we don't got much time. And it's going to be a shorter episode. And we have a really busy day in the salon. Salon's booked fully. And then we take off for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So does anybody have any big plans for Christmas coming up?
Actually, we're all, well, not all, but me and the Bolins are all going down to Maryland. Not together, but we're leaving at the same time to go in the same direction. I'm going down to see my brother and my little pudge cake. So
I'm going to break into the Bolin house and steal their food on Christmas, dressed as a ninja.
It's kind of fun.
There's no food at the house.
I'm still going to break in.
It's kind of funny that almost all of us have family in Maryland.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys do too.
I have none.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so
we should just get a caravan. And you should get some Maryland family.
I'm just going to be adopted by the Bolins.
So,
What
is it? Oh, so check out Millennium Systems International, millenniumsi.com. Get your tickets for the Speak Up event in Miami. Me and Thad are going to be there, and I'm speaking with the owner of Millennium, John Harms. So we're going to do a business building day at the Miami Paul Mitchell School, which is called High Tech. So if you guys don't have tickets for that, I think they're pretty cheap. They're $25, and it's a whole day of education. So definitely get those tickets. Check out demandforce.com/free salon education. Fill out the form like you saw in the plug before. But the cool thing about this, they'll reach out to you, and then they can really walk you through what Demand Force is all about. But we've seen the benefits of it. I'm excited to keep using it throughout next year because we've just gained so many clients from it. And most importantly, we've gotten reviews from it. And reviews are what your business is all about. I was actually researching other salons in our town the other day to see their reviews and just I kind of keep an eye on what's going on around, and we have hundreds more reviews than they do. Nice. And it's all because of Demand Force, because every time a guest leaves this salon, they get an email sent to them that night asking them to review our salon. So it works really well. Mizutani Scissors, thank you to them. They've supported us since day one pretty much, and they have awesome scissors. So
heck yeah.
You can't beat that. And also minervabeauty.com. Anything that you need, you can see the stations behind us. The chairs that we're sitting in, the shampoo bowls that we use, the hot towel warmer that we use, all of these things I want doing reviews of so you guys can see the quality of it, but they have the most high quality furniture you're going to find at the best price you're going to find. So check out minervabeauty.com, and that's pretty much it. We have the Millennium Experience coming up in June. Make sure you get your tickets for that. That's a huge event. Arojo is going to be there. Gerard Scarpese from Hairbrained. I think all of Hairbrained will be there. A bunch of huge artists will be there. I will be speaking there as well. So definitely get your tickets for the Millennium Experience as soon as possible because they get more expensive as you wait. Video contest, we only have a week left. We'll make sure that you get your videos in. I had somebody submit a video again yesterday. So we probably have a good 40 videos to look through. But if you haven't put in a video, make sure you do it because you could win $1,000 cash, that easy, and a brand new pair of $800 scissors. So
And also just make sure you say the lines.
Yeah,
you do the intro properly.
the most important thing, we've gotten a couple submissions that didn't say it was for the Mizutani Free Salon Education Contest. You have to say that so that we know you created the video for the contest.
Yeah.
That's the only rules. Otherwise, you can make it as short or as long as you want. It just has to be education focused. You have to be teaching something, but it can be from your iPhone. I don't care what. If you teach it from your iPhone, you do a great technique. That's awesome.
There you go.
And if you do it with beautiful cameras, whatever, it doesn't matter. So, but $1,000 cash from Mizutani scissors, and also a pair of Mizutani scissors as well. Why do they call it a pair of scissors?
Is one blade a scissor?
Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
We got to call Kiyoshi on that one.
All right, let's get to feedback from last week, and then we'll hit the other questions that we had from last week as well.
Okay. So rolling right in, feedback from last week. Our buddy Mickey Bullock, who was on 2 episodes ago,
Yep.
said, "Okay, Christina, you just made me cry. Thank you for the compliment. Brian, you freaking rock. I hope I am never referred to as a douche. It was a pleasure to meet you all, and I think you are all very lovely." He was wonderful. I enjoyed him.
Yeah, he sent me lots of really nice messages, and we had a great time with him on the show. So
Yeah.
we'll definitely have him back.
Good job, Christina, making him cry.
Yeah, nice job. It wasn't me for once.
Popeye81, Brian, awesome idea with the presents. Thank you. Nice. I wish my future reserves a team with members like you guys. I gotta say, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I say all the time that this is pretty much the best job I'm ever gonna have because I get along with everybody. I like the bosses. I love everyone. We're good. I don't need to go anywhere.
You know what's funny? What talks about our team a little bit? The T-shirts that you guys are wearing. Is Thad wearing his?
Oh, yeah. No, Justin and I were the only
Thad,
ones.
why didn't you wear your T-shirt?
Because
Oh.
yeah, no, you said you didn't do laundry, you liar.
So Brian's shirt says, "You are tacky and I hate you," and that was from our receptionist, Claudia.
My gift.
That was his Christmas gift. And then what does your shirt say?
Mine says Nightmare,
Oh.
and it's got a picture of Michael Jackson and E.T. on it. and the tag that it came on said, "To the creep, but the cool creep."
Nice.
She took care of us.
And then top notch was Thad's tank top that he got. What did it? What was it? It had pictures of ballerinas.
It's like an old school painting of ballerinas like working on the bar or doing their stretches, everything.
And what did it say? Just up in the gym working on my fitness. Yeah. So I guess he wore that to the gym. That's funny.
But then
Of
again, I
course
got a
he
T-shirt
did.
from her also. Tell me it's a white
It's a
T-shirt with
t-shirt
black
here.
lettering. Now tell them what the T-shirt says.
I should give you guys all T-shirts.
Where's the T-shirt say, Claudia?
Drea.
Drea, sorry. Yeah, whatever. We're all the same.
It's your T-shirt. You should share.
What did it say?
It said, "I licked it, so now it's mine." Was it? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's what she got me.
Okay.
That's
All
what-
right.
So I get put into
My germs.
So Merry Christmas. There we go. All right.
All right.
Next.
James Thelman. Is that a beard hair or? Question mark? Seriously, you guys are awesome. That was funny.
That was funny. I actually didn't remember that until just now. I was looking at that comment. I'm like, what does that mean?
What is
But
that? No, that
yeah,
was that.
I got it. I remember.
And then Wisconsin Donna also got in on that with the beard hair. Wisconsin Donna says also excellent explanation of foils versus hand painting, Brian. Thanks.
Cool.
I have to explain the difference a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm glad it comes across as understandable.
All right.
All right.
So last week we had a ton of questions. We did a lot of giveaways. We actually that wheel is sitting over there very sad right now. So we did.
Dad's got to do a belly crawl.
Right. Can you climb under the table? So
Don't touch any of the wires,
we
though.
did get a lot of questions last week. So what we're gonna do is go through and we'll just answer the ones that we didn't answer last week, and
Which is still tons.
we're
Yeah.
gonna pick from
Great.
one of those people to give out another prize.
Awesome. I was going to start with where we left off with Eni Mittingen. Says, what are the top 3 haircut styles, colors that you would refuse to do on a client's head, and how do you handle that situation? I'm asking because I had a situation like that recently, and I'm still sometimes struggling with the conflict between my personal hair values and my need to please people. I was saying I get that because I know I've talked about her before, but she came back in this week on Sunday just for her root retouch. The person who I'm taking from that level 4 red to as light and ashy as we can get. And it's a slow process. We're getting there very slowly, but it's I've tried to explain to her, her hair is long. I could sit her down and blast her hair out and get her there in one day, but her hair's going to be in terrible shape, and she's going to be really upset with me for the next 6 years that it's going to take to grow that out.
Yeah.
Or we can just kind of deal with the fact that it's going to be a slow process until we get there, every now and then, because we're trying to cram these appointments into our Christmas schedule, which is just impossible. There might be a slight, sheen of warmth that maybe she didn't want to see that I can't always correct because I don't always have, hours to sit there and do it. Honestly, I think in the long run, you're better off sticking with your hair values, because if it's that kind of scenario where you're trying to take care of somebody, because I thought about this. I was like, if she ends up saying, he's not getting me there fast enough, and she leaves me and she goes to another salon, she explains what happens, I can tell you right now what they're going to do to make her happy. They're going to roast her hair, get her as light as she wants to go, and then she's going to come back to me.
Right.
Because there's two types of people. There are the guests that are going to appreciate your hair values right off the bat, and the ones that are going to appreciate your hair values after somebody else destroys them.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So I say stick with your values.
Yeah, I support that statement.
Yeah, I think because you look at people, the Victoria Beckham bob and all of those kind of haircuts, and after a while it's like you can't put that on everyone. Yep. But some people you can. So I don't think there's, in my mind, a haircut that you just wouldn't do on people. I think it just depends on the person and
right.
What.
It's not that I wouldn't do that haircut because I don't. But I wouldn't do that haircut on that person because they're not gonna blow dry their hair,
and they're not gonna
iron their hair.
Right.
They refuse to use products. So guess
and they'll
what?
come
You're
in
not
every
getting
8
straight
weeks
across
for
bangs.
a trim, rather than every 2.
So I think it's all in the consultation. It's really working through how much time they spend on their hair, what they're willing to do, and what effort they're willing to put out, so that because if they want, like you said, straight across bangs, then they're gonna have to spend extra time on it. So you gotta really discuss that thoroughly instead of just cutting them off, and sending them out the door.
It's an education thing. I mean, they're paying to get just as much education as the stylist is getting.
Yeah.
And it's going to make them trust your hair values, knowing that you're making every decision you're making based off of something.
Yes.
But that's it, though. That's what I used to teach a lot of my students, is that as much as you're there to make them happy, you're also there to educate them. And the more educated your client is, the easier your job is, so you don't have to have that situation of, why can't my hair be blonde right now from this level 2 box dye I've been using for 10 years,
Yeah, and if you're good at educating them, then they're going to understand why they shouldn't run to another place.
Right.
So that all ties into being a successful stylist. That's what you need to do.
So, free salon education consensus, stick to your values.
Yeah.
Values.
Yeah,
I got there. Let's see. All right, Raquel Michelle Deanda. That's a fun name. How do you give your guests and staff everything you possibly can and go home without neglecting yourself? I don't know. We neglect ourselves like crazy. Yeah. We walk around with roots and needing haircuts, and it's just, I think that's the thing with hairdressers. That's the big joke always. It's, what's the old saying? The shoemaker's kids are walking around barefoot because they sit there and pour their heart into taking care of everybody else, and we're no different.
Yeah.
Find time. I'm getting a haircut today because Justin and I aren't working today. When the show is over, I'm like, Christmas haircut. Let's do it.
Well, and this is a big issue in a lot of salons. When I used to teach in salons often, they would talk about, like, owners would ask me, do you let your staff get their hair done, or do you let... I've never had an issue with people getting their hair done, as long as it fits in the day. And because we should have good hair if we can. I mean, obviously we all I
Stretch
chop it
it.
myself,
Yeah.
and you know, like we
That's
we do
saying a
some
lot.
things, but in the end of it all, your staff and the way that everybody looks reflects your business. So you should allow them to make time to do their hair, or allow them to book on their off day an appointment
Right.
and come in and get their hair done. So
Well, because I saw one place that I worked, it was like this staunch rule. You could only get your hair done on, I forget whatever the arbitrary date, like Tuesday. And I understood the point of that, but what that turned into was good luck ever getting
Your hair done.
a guest. No, getting a guest to be able to get their hair done on Tuesday, because now the
Right.
entire staff is only working on each other on that one day
yeah,
and refusing to take any guests because,
And
well,
also
they
in
need their
here-
hair done. So why take that one walk-in?
yeah.
In here too, though, it's such a great atmosphere though that I've never even experienced. The point where, okay, I'm off the clock, I'm off the books, whatever. If I'm getting my hair colored, I'll just clean the shop for an hour and not feel twice about it, because it's a great atmosphere of people you work with. Or I don't feel like, oh, he's gonna yell at me if I cut Brian's hair. Like, no, like he embraces that. He wants us to do that if we have the time, where everybody also looks
Well, and
busy
it's
as well.
practicing.
Exactly.
You know, it's practicing, and also you like. I would rather that happen than booking an appointment in the book, because that all automatically makes sure that that's not open. But if you have a gap in your day, and I would rather you were doing that than hanging out on Facebook or
Yeah.
Right.
looking at other things. I would rather you were cutting and coloring somebody's hair. So as long as the salon's not affected by it, I think it's a good thing. So
Haircuts
I
for
hope that
everyone.
answers that.
Jay Lee Yang asked, do you guys eat, breathe, live hair like I do? It's insanely addicting.
This was my favorite one because
You know, literally, we eat and breathe
Yes.
hair.
We do. Matt and I talk
do
about it
talk
all the
about it.
time. It's like, oh, yeah, there was hair in my food, whatever.
yeah,
Waiters are happy if I'm the one that has hair in my food, because I'll just pick it out and keep going. I'm like, whatever.
right.
I ingest so much hair on a daily basis anyway. All right. Amira Kanan Shoke. We got good names this week. What type of advice do you have for someone that has been licensed for over 7 years, just focusing on their family, and now wants to get back in the game? My question is, how or where should they start? Well, you've already started in one good place.
Yeah.
You got education coming your way. I see that a lot. I mean, especially with, after the economy tanked a while back, people coming back to it after so long and not knowing where to start. And I mean, it's just education. Drown yourself in as much as you possibly can, because there are certain things about this business that will be like riding a bike, learning how to hold scissors and hold your comb and clip hair. But then, if it's been 7 years, look at how much has changed since then. So I think,
It's pretty much starting over at that point.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, for the
I mean,
most
you don't really have a book anymore. Maybe a couple of family and friends that you kept up with in your
Yeah.
kitchen over those 7 years. But I mean, you have to relearn what we do now.
Yeah. Yeah, because it changes so fast. And, I mean, you look at Drea's trending tresses every week. There's something new happening.
Right.
So I think that's a big thing, education. And then also find a place that you're going to work that can help you through all of that and help you build a book and all of that stuff. So, and just get out there, start networking, start meeting people, start practicing on people, and just kind of go there. I know.
Just grab a mannequin too. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back to the basics. Go back to, pull out your DVDs, pull out any of the videos.
Dust
Our
off your
website.
VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we have what's a DVD?
What?
We have.
I found VHSs the other day, and that was weird.
You did? Did you have a player for them?
No.
You can go to a local. Thad does, of course. Thad does.
Shocker.
Of course he does.
Of course he does.
But I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, it wasn't important.
It looks poignant on the look on your face. I was
Like
excited
you
to
were
hear
excited
what it
about
was.
it. Good job,
I
Thad.
know.
All right. It'll come back to you.
Yep.
Text me later. All right. Kate Annihilate says, when you get that client that's stuck in the 80s and basically wants a mullet or anything won't look good, what do you say to them to talk them into something more flattering? If you can't get them to change their mind, what do you do?
If they like wearing a mullet, I love cutting it. I have this thing where I have this guy who has been coming to me forever, and he has such curly, coarse hair, and he seriously gets it cut this short on top, and then it's just a mullet in the back, and I haven't seen him in quite a while because he doesn't come in that often. He'll come in, it's like slicked back, and then he wants me to cut it off again this short. I love cutting a mullet. I don't know why.
I haven't seen you this excited
Yikes.
about talking about one
know why?
hairstyle
You know what?
ever.
The next time my friend's brother wants a mullet, I'm just gonna have him go to you.
Yeah, because you know why? Because people come in here, they're so specific and they're so like just in the box, and they just want like a regular bob. And then this guy comes in, he's like, just let it go, man. Just let it. Just don't even cut that. Just a little off this, but a lot off of this. You know, like I love it. I'm like,
I don't
all right,
like when it
cool.
touches the
And you
T-tops
just
of my
get to have
Camaro.
Fun, just chop stuff. You know, like that's fun. So, hey, I'll do a mullet every day of the week. I want to change them a bit.
All right, so we'll take mullet out of that question so that Matt gets into what
The
you're
rest of it.
asking.
I like to use the word update, right? And
Nice.
because nobody gets mad at update. I was like, let's upgrade your style, or update it to things. And if you tell people you don't want to keep them in the past, they tend to move forward a little bit and meet you halfway.
Yeah, and I think if you go in little steps, what happened? Everybody looked at me. I think if you go in little steps, then you don't have to do a big
Slowly.
change on people.
I mean, I can only think of one or two people that they would not budge from a very dated look. And if I remember, it was years ago, so I was still only a couple years into it. And it made me nervous because I'm like, this is not a haircut that is ever taught to anybody in this day and age. Like, but you figure it out if that's what they need. I also got a great piece of advice a few years ago. Actually, it was from DJ. I was in one of his classes, and he said if somebody wants something that would look terrible on them, and they're fighting you, just tell them it'll make their face look fat, and then they won't want it anymore.
Good point.
And it's true.
That is a great statement.
I did that once with somebody. She wanted straight across bangs, and it was just not the person for it. Like, she just had a very square face, and I didn't say it would make her face look fat, but I sort of led her there on her own. I'm like, well, the point of when you do hair, it should elongate. And I'm afraid if we do that, it's going to draw you out this way. And she goes, it's going to make my face look fat? And I'm like, I mean, I'm not going to say those words. She goes, forget it. I don't want it. I'm like, oh my God, it worked.
Your personality, you could tell somebody their face
Yeah.
would look fat and they'd be okay with it. I tell them that, they'd get pissed off.
They would punch you.
Yeah, just
They
use the
would
word
fight you.
round. Don't just round. They associate with that anyways.
You would look swollen.
You're
Like,
gonna
your
look-
face is kind of round. Are you saying I have a fat face? I'm like, no, you have a round face.
What are you talking about? It's like a cookie. That's much better. It's like a Weeble. You should.
Do you have a tooth infection? Because it makes your cheeks look swollen.
So yeah, just slowly talk them into. Try the slow approach. Try to update. Use words that are not offensive. Guide them, and then finally, if all else fails, tell them they look fat. Morgan Elizabeth Johnson, have you used? Wait, huh? Have you used the idea/technique of using math to cut hair? I don't even know what you're talking about.
So there's a girl out there. Oh yeah, here's her name, Kim Moore Hair Education. I've never watched her videos, but she calls it. I forget exactly what she calls it, but she has this whole DVD collection, and it basically has to do with head shape.
Okay.
So everything that I talk about with head shape, it's like that, but she complicates it with talking about degrees as well. So she has like very specific, and I commend her because it's probably taken a lot of time to put this together, but she'll show like the angle from the occipital bone down, and then she'll show where 45 is off of all of that. So it kind of shows you that as you're following the head shape, 45 degrees changes. So on top of the head, 45 degrees is going to look different than on the bottom. So she has a DVD collection. So the answer to that is not necessarily do we use math. It's not an
I
equation.
think that might be helpful for people that
Everybody
learn
uses-
that way.
Yeah.
That need that super mathematical approach to it.
Haircutting is mathematical.
Right, but I
You
mean,
know?
like, versus where yours is just a little bit more visual and it's showing head shape and all that. Like numbers, I'm not learning anything with numbers.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
think anybody is as much as
well, I'm just thinking there might be some.
there may be some, but from a visual standpoint, you're still using, but no one's saying, okay, now I would like you to cut a 57 degree haircut.
But we went into this like 2 weeks ago, I think, where we talked about like the difference between a 90 and a 45 to the point of like more confusing to people who are kind of just starting out as well.
Right.
So you don't want to overcomplicate it. I mean, if you feel that you can really do numbers perfect, which a lot of people who are in this industry aren't very scientific and
Get out the
mathematical.
protractor.
They're very artistic in the way they do things. I feel
Yeah.
like that would kind of go against the grain of how their brain works.
But I would love to see this DVD collection. That's why I have really nothing to say about
Yeah.
what she did, because I'm sure, based on the images that I've seen, I think she did spend a lot of time on it. So it would be kind of cool to watch it and just see how she approaches being so mathematical with the techniques as well. So, but no. Yes, no. Yes, no.
Maybe.
All right. Patricia Malev Hernandez. What is your most embarrassing / funny hair mishap on yourself or a guest? I was excited about this one. Matt and I
Okay.
always answer this one, so we'll not go first on this one. We'll let you guys jump in there.
I'm going to think about this for a little
Okay.
bit.
No, I told you before the show started to think about it, so you cannot think
I've
about it
gotten
anymore.
sidetracked. God.
I got sidetracked.
Sidetracked in conversation in my creepy
But
ass shirt.
someone answer.
All right, so I would have to say probably my most embarrassing story was when I cut somebody.
Oh.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah. I
Oh,
had,
ear?
What?
Or ear?
Ear. Yeah.
Okay.
I was in beauty school.
It's better.
And,
I'll cut your throat.
and in beauty school, I had an instructor who didn't believe in clippers. We weren't allowed to use them. He got.
What, you go to Sassoon Academy?
No, there are some. I worked in a salon that you weren't allowed to use
Yeah.
clippers.
But
It's
the first salon I worked in, clippers. We charged $40 a men's cut, and they wanted you to use scissor over comb, and that's what it was. So they just didn't believe in it. But anyway, so this said instructor gave his shears to use, and previously I'd been using a pair of 5.5 or 6-inch shears. He gives me a 7.5.
Ooh.
Ow. This hurts just
Hedge
listening.
clippers.
So I'm looking at these things and I'm like, no. And he goes, yeah, this is what's going to happen. And I was like, all right. So I'm going away, going to town. Guys just talking, like just chatting up a conversation. And all of a sudden I see a trail of red going down his neck.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, why? What happened? And I was like, you're bleeding.
You're bleeding.
You are bleeding.
Here's your
Could you
ear
not
back,
do that,
sir.
please? I'm trying to work.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't
Could you
have,
clot, please?
I didn't have the finesse that I normally would have had, but I was just like, I'm in high school. Like, you're bleeding. I don't know what to tell you. I was like, I'll be right back.
Do you want some red lowlights?
Oh, gosh.
Nice.
But
All right.
he ended up being really okay with it. He wasn't mad or anything, so.
All right. It happens.
He's like, it's okay. It's a school. I was like, that
You're
is it.
supposed to learn
You have
here.
a waiver.
Dad, I didn't
Yeah.
hook up your mic this week.
And I go,
I'm sorry about that.
You want to come? You want me to just
I knew I
push it
forgot
over that
something.
way? You can tell your story.
so that the lesson I learned was, do not jump to too big of shears too quickly.
It's a good call.
All right.
That's a good one.
All right.
You got one?
I do have one.
Alright.
First time I ever used a balder, nobody taught me how to do this. Like, oh yeah, use this on his neck. And a balder, I used on Brian in the video. It cuts very short hair and it puts the skin just directly to bald, close like a razor would get you. Nobody told me that. Like, yeah, use it on his neck, clean it all up. So I'm like, okay. So I start going at this kid's neck and it's not doing anything. So I'm like, maybe I have to go the other way. So I put both blades against the skin. I'm going at it. Nothing's happening. I'm like, maybe I have to push a little harder. So again, nobody's told me how to use this thing. Nobody told me it only cuts very short hair. And he's got like the basic neck hair. Raw this kid's neck out. So I didn't even know
So
a
it's
ball.
like chopping him up.
Chipped the crap out of his neck. And then I didn't realize it. So I sprayed alcohol in my hands. I was like, have a good day. He jumped straight out of my chair. I was like, you all right, bud? He's like, I'm fine. Page just ran out of the door. I was like, oh. And as he's leaving, that's where I saw like the raw skin on his neck. I learned how to use it that day.
Yeah, I mean,
Figured
that's
it
how we
out.
learn, you know? Like, it is... Somebody should have been there to help you with that. A
Yeah,
little bit.
no, it's fine. Trial by fire.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I feel like just time-wise, maybe one more because it's getting there. We're getting up there.
Yeah, one more is good.
We got one more.
Well, Michelle Briston, our girl, I feel like we got to throw her a little, hey, what's up? She's a couple-parter here. First one, Matt, would you ever open another location? No?
I don't think so. I like.
He thought hard about that. You saw it.
No, I think me and Christina have talked about this quite a bit.
We're
We would
enough
like
of a
to
handful.
expand this location, but never in my life do I feel like having another. I like this one.
I think you guys pour yourselves enough into one.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and I think once you start moving into other ones, it just becomes not what it was.
Right.
Like, it's very hard to keep control, and that's what I like about having this space. And I honestly even said to Christina the other day, having 6 staff here again, which has been a long time since we had that, it already feels like it's a lot of people, you know?
All right,
So-
guys, watch out.
Yeah, so
They're getting ready to downsize.
yeah, so we're gonna start eliminating you like American Idol.
Or
But that's the
fight to
thing,
the
and
death.
that's how it goes. Like, the
Thunderdome.
more people you start adding in, the tougher it is to control an environment. And I'm not saying that this is a tough environment to control, but in reality, and people out there watching, that have 12 staff or have 20 staff, I feel for them, and I love going to their salons and like, would you ever open a way bigger space? And I'm like, I don't know, because I honestly love the tight knit thing that we have here, and I can't even imagine having 20 people to try to keep on
It's
the same
nuts.
page. So I probably wouldn't open another location. I definitely want to expand this location, but for different reasons, not necessarily to have a ton more staff, but just to expand it because
Maybe some
we've
space?
definitely outgrown it.
Maybe you deserve an
Um,
office, Matt.
An office? No.
I feel like you
This
deserve an
next-
office.
I have an office in my house.
There you go. This next one I like because I think I have a decent thing to add to the answer. She's also asking, have you found business has grown from you doing videos and splitting hairs? I've gotten a couple clients that just happen to come across a video, but I more see how the salon as a whole is growing because of the education that we're constantly doing, exposing ourselves to, the confidence that it builds, the sense of adventure to try new things that, even just myself, what I feel ready to dive head into now versus a year and a half ago when I started are so different.
Yeah, the salon, it's not like we get a lot of clients from it. We have had clients that have traveled 3 hours to come here and get their haircut. They don't come back. It's like one of those things
Well, I have
where
one. It's a family. They come every 12 weeks on
when
Sunday.
I have a lady from Long Island who drives 2.5 hours, she comes every 6 weeks from YouTube videos. But we had somebody from Virginia that drove, and it's too far. And it's like, and they get here and they realize it's a salon, like it's not. There's nothing. We're the same as other salons. We are constantly trying to produce education, and like you said, I do believe that we've all grown in the fact that it was Tom Harris that said to me, "What do you do for continuing education?" I'm like, "We're continually educating all the time. Like we're always looking for the new things that we can create a video to put together. So then we rack our brains. How can we make this video, and how can we showcase this new technique?" Just like we saw that post from behind the chair, and it said. What was that color technique? The blend? The blur, right? So we saw that there was the blurred ombre now. So we were like, well, how can we do that? So we're constantly trying to study and better, and I think that's why the salon is growing. The clients, as cluttered and crazy as this place is, they really get into the fact that we do this on the side as well. So it makes us stand out in our town. It makes us stand out on Google because we have almost 100,000 subscribers now, so Google loves us, and so we show up definitely first in our town,
Right.
for sure, as a salon as well. So, I think there's a lot of benefits to doing YouTube videos and education online.
Cool.
Great.
All right, so tresses,
Do it, Dre.
let's do it.
I'll pull it up on my phone so I can
Awesome.
follow along.
Oh, wait, I can't.
Oh, I forgot to send them to you. Sorry.
Thank you.
I've been busy. I have a lot going on. It's not my fault you don't have an Apple product.
Okay,
Let's trend some tresses.
you two. All right, who's first?
Gwen Stefani, because I love her.
Okay.
And so for, I guess, a recent show, she decided to have some candy cane hair. I thought that was fun. I'm curious to see how she's going to get that right out afterwards, but
Yeah, the other day when I was watching the Jingle Ball
Mhm.
concert live
I was guessing
from
that's
New
what
York,
this
I
was
think
for.
that's what it's from. I saw her hair like that.
It would make sense.
Yep.
So that was fun. Then, nope. We have Beyonce.
Oh God. Sorry, guys. Can't
Let it
unsee that
go.
image.
See, I love it.
Yeah.
I love the big texture. I think it's awesome.
Okay. What?
I don't think
And I
we've
love the
seen-
hood that makes it
Yeah.
like a megaphone. It's all coming this way.
Well, I don't think we've seen like Beyonce with out of control hair ever. Like
That's still controlled nonsense. It looks like though.
it is a little
Controlled
bit,
chaos a
but
little
Yeah, it's like
It's
the
fun.
salon.
It's still a wig.
Yeah, I like it.
It'll be changed next week.
Yeah.
Then we have Rihanna.
Mm.
Who,
God.
Rihanna Smash.
Oh my God, she has her Halloween costume on. She's the girl from The Ring.
Are those bangs? I
are
can't see from
bangs.
here. Okay.
but so the 1-inch section right next to the bangs are all flat iron, super straight, and then she just has like it's like curled, wanded hair everywhere else.
She looks like she's wearing a hazmat suit.
Like, I'm not
Yeah, look at
sure
those
what-
gloves.
What was the intention of this look?
I don't know. I've been disappointed in her style this year.
Ever since you guys went to the concert.
Yes, ever since she let me down. Me and Christina were very let down.
Who's
Yeah.
But
next?
but think for years she was like this style icon, especially with her hair.
Who's that?
And then this year she just started putting on really long, boring wigs that look like a horse's tail. Or
Yeah.
go back to the short, fun colors. Like that's when she had it going on.
Yeah.
All right, so this next one's gonna upset Briar.
Why? Because it's backwards.
No. The before is over here. The after.
Yeah, it's backwards. I don't. Whatever. I'm used to it now.
But anyway, so Rachel McAdams has gone to an ombre-esque look, but it literally looks like her blonde grew out.
Yeah.
Just down
Yeah.
her head, and I'm not a fan of this.
I'm not either.
I think it's a little late to do that. I mean, I think that
It's so extreme, and it's so. Oh, you know what else it reminds me of is that old video from Paul Mitchell where you put the hair in the ponytails and then you cut the ponytails.
yeah, I do remember that video, but I think just because it's so harsh, but I do
Yeah.
like it because it's on short hair too.
I like that it's
Yeah.
on short hair, but
The ends
I
look a
feel like
little distressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been done so much better than how it's been done on this one.
Yeah.
That looks like our sister just bought lightener and did it in the kitchen.
It's still hard for me to get into that. I have a guest. She came in for an ombre, and I gave her, and it was another one that we were lightening. She's Asian, so she's very, very dark hair, and she wants very, very light ends. So I told her, give me like 2 trips, 3 trips tops. And when we finally finished it, she made me go in and darken the light pieces around the face that I always like to do, because she wanted that hard line kind of ombre. She loves it. I think it's still a pretty cool transition, but it kills me not having any lightness go up beyond that line. So
Yeah.
I'm being forced to get into that. So
It came out nice though.
thanks.
All right. So did you pick somebody to spin?
Yeah.
So who's gonna spin for the week? And then Thad, do you want to put that up on the table? I guess we'll do.
Don't break anything, Thad.
Jill Tovar.
Thad's like, I am gonna walk in front of you guys.
You look scared. Yeah,
We're good. So we're gonna spin the wheel. Thad's gonna set it up on the table. Who do we pick?
Jill Tovar.
Jill Tover. And so the options on the wheel are an Amika blow dryer. Actually, Amika changed it. It's not a blow dryer anymore. It's the 5 wand, curling wand.
cool.
So that's from Amika. Then we have Millennium. We have Millennium Systems International, 3 months free of Mevo. We have T-shirts and Bali boxes and all that stuff. So Drea,
Just kidding. The new winner is Drea Boland.
okay, give it a spin.
I can't see.
I think it says YS Park.
I think so too.
Yeah. All right. So you said Drea Bowen now, but
No.
email me, Matt, at freesaloneducation.com. I'll send you a YS Park comb from shopfse.com.
Great
Make sure that
combs.
you use the code splitting hairs, one word, if you want to get 20% off anything in the store. Thank you guys so much for watching Splitting Hairs. And we have episode 63 coming up. Tune in live every single Wednesday morning at 9:30ish a.m. And
It's a
we'll
soft
see you guys
9:30.
on the next episode. Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Merry
Holidays.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Meh. Meh. It's still recording.